Your blend.
All right, here we go. Are we okay, Oliver? Can you just give me a thumbs up, Dasha, or pop something in the chat? You can hear me. Cool. Okay. Fabulous. Hey, everybody. I'm going to hand over to Rachelle now.
I love it. Hi, everyone. My name's Rachelle from Your Happy Place. We help people to find their happy place through our online program, the Positive Mindset Challenge. And I'm here today with two gorgeous, lovely ladies. Alana from your success team. Would you like to say a little bit about yourself, Alana? And then hi.
And really excited to be joined today by Lindsey from Humanix. So, Lindsey, do you want to say hi and give us a little short intro into Humanix if you're up for it? And then we'll kick into the main convo.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. And mindset, I didn't know that's what we're talking about. Hi, Lindsey from Humanix. We deliver lots of different training and courses and work with organizations to lift performance, look at their wellness, look at their culture, and any area of the, I suppose, the business where they might be struggling with a bit of few pain points, or if they've got, of course, supervisors who haven't been given the skills to lead people well and they want some new education, then we'll go in and we'll help lift their confidence, empower them to be the great manager that they want to be.
Nice.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and obviously mindset is a massive part of that. So
Totally.
yeah. So fabulous. So we
For that.
she's great.
I was so happy about this part.
Always. So we thought we'd have a bit of a natter about courage. Anything you want as we sort of go, but yeah, do you want to maybe why'd you catch it? Why'd you catch the pass when we said, hey, want to come and talk about courage?
Because it was courage. And I've been putting something like this off for years, literally years and years, because the thought of doing a webinar or some kind of recorded audio, never mind recorded video, probably actually makes me slightly vomit in my own mouth. So I thought, no, this is a sign. I'm going to take this. I've been working on courage for a little while now, and I was like, I'm going to do it. And once I say yes, and I'm locked and loaded, what am I going to do? Say no? I can't do it because I've got a stomach bug or something like that. But no, I'd be letting you down, so I can't let you down. So I have to do it, and I have to work through my barrier. So, yeah, that was my leap of faith, to have a bit of courage to come along and do this.
So do you think it's a big part of courage is kind of feel the fear and do it? Say yes and worry about how on earth you're going to do it.
Definitely for me. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a real thing for a lot of people.
Yeah. But I think if you look at your comfort zone, you had to draw a circle and put all your things in the comfort zone of, you know, things that you just do easily without fear or feeling nervous or, you know, a bit of anxiety going on there. And then kind of draw another circle around that, and then maybe put some things down where you'd like to try something new or something that makes you feel like, oh, I'm not too ready for that. Just, you know, jot it down, write it down, and then put it in a date in a calendar and do it and work towards it. But maybe just don't think about it too much. I'll be honest, when it came to this session today, obviously it's been locked in for a while. I kind of just put it to the back of my mind because I've got lots going on as well. So I was like, no, just focus, just try and be present in the moment, in the day, and do your best you can there. And then when it comes round to the session, be present in the moment and do it. So really, you know, and I suppose just be yourself. And that's the other part, you know, when you in these moments right now, you just want to be your whole self and bring your whole self and and be you. And that's hard at times. Like, we're not always able to kind of drop that mask because of feeling like we're going to get judged, or feeling that people won't like us, or we might say something that's not always appropriate, which I do quite often. And I've got a bit of, I know, yeah, and I've got a bit of a potty mouth, so I'm watching my P's and Q's right now. So that's, and I think everyone feels a little bit of that, and a bit of imposter syndrome with that as well. Starting your own business, like you lovely ladies, and you've got these hurdles, and you're pushing through the barriers, and it takes courage and it takes vulnerability to do this day in, day out, and be true to yourself. Yeah. And you need to surround yourself with good people. So I want to thank you actually for but kind of committing me to this. But encouraging, but also holding my hand, because I feel safe, right? Because I've deliberately chose you guys, really, because you make me feel safe. And would I want to work with somebody straight away to do this that I didn't know and I don't have a good connection with? Well, that would probably really be, I wouldn't be sleeping for a week probably before that one. But I was actually really excited as well today, because I might get to see you too. So that was really good.
Nice. There's so much that you've just said in there that I think is so cross transferable. So I think that's safe. I really want to talk a bit more about a comfort zone, because I don't think we've talked about that at all here, and I think it's a massive part of growing your mindset. And kind of that power of putting it away. And I think that's a really helpful thing when we can tend to get into rumination spirals where we just want to think and think and think and think, and you can't think your way out of anything. You can't think your way out of anything. So maybe do you want to talk more about comfort zone, because that might be something that I'm picking a couple of people who are with us live know about it, but maybe those watching the replay don't. So do you want to share about the concept of comfort zone, and then
so I mean, it's really simple concept. I mean, when you think about your comfort zone, like I said, it's all those things that you do without thought, really, and I suppose it has immediate good feel factors, right? And you just, there's no barriers there or anything, and you like I said, you feel safe. So I think it's good to have comfort zone. It's not a bad thing. I think sometimes people think, oh, they're only working in the comfort zone. Well, it's not a bad thing. They feel good. Who doesn't want to feel good? We all feel good every day, so but if you want to grow, then you just need to push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. So I'd say it's not a bad thing to be in your comfort zone, because you'll feel comfortable and confident and happy, right? But if you want to grow a little bit more and still have that, then just perhaps do it in a safer way. So kind of, you might just take a little step. You might just dip your toe into something rather than taking a massive leap of faith and find that it didn't quite turn out the way you wanted. But that's okay too, because life isn't exactly how we always plan things to work out. So you can do a little bit of reflection and maybe learn something from it, and then ideally kind of move on from it. Don't be a over reflector. Who's one of those? Like that's we many of us do, don't we? We'll reflect over an incident or something that's occurred and just overthink it, and what's the one thing we can't do? Can't turn back time. Can't go back and change it. So try and find the good parts out of it, the learnings, and if it was really bad, you apologize, whatever it is that you need to do, but then move forward. Really, and give yourself a break.
Love it. Rachelle looks like she's got about 7 questions in there.
I love your concept of drawing a circle with the things that you're comfortable with inside it, and then draw another circle and write things that are just a little bit outside your comfort zone. So it's like baby steps, and locking some of those in. That's what you mentioned earlier about actually saying, okay, what would freak me out a little bit, not too much. What can I do of that in the next few months? How can I do some of those things so that your comfort zone expands and expands? Because the first time you do anything, it freaks you out. But after the first time, once you've done it, it's so much easier the second time. So it's just a matter of doing those things for the first time and then feeling better. And that zone expands. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
not
much.
that. I didn't make that up, by the way. That's definitely something I've read. So whoever came up with that, thank you. But yeah, and just gradually kind of expanded it really.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then perhaps and how regular you do something, because it's like anything, isn't it? I'm doing this with you guys today, but if I waited another year to do this again, I'm going to feel exactly the same way again, because even though I know a little bit more what to expect, I'm still going to feel it's been such a long time, like you're still going to kind of get those same feelings. Whereas if we do this again next week and the week after and the week after, it's going to become a bit more of a breeze, I would think.
Yeah.
And again, so that becomes in maybe in your comfort zone then, and you don't have that, maybe that fear or that worry, and so
Yeah. And I think the other thing is that you haven't chosen to do this just for, excuse the language, shits and giggles, but you're doing it because you've got the strategic intention of this is going to be an important part for you moving forward, is feeling confident with this. So I think there's an element there of like being selective with your courage. You know, for all the things, but like I'm going to be courageous about that because it's important to me, because I can see the place that it's got my life.
Yes.
Do you think that there's something in there? If you look back on the times that you've been courageous in your life, can you pick that it was important to be courageous?
Oh, you've gone deep, haven't you? I'm like, how far back is this memory bank taking me? That moment. But I try not to I'm a reflector, but I try not to overthink for the future. Does that make sense? So
Taking the learning points out of it, and moving on and not dwelling on it.
Yeah, I try not to, but then there's a future context to it where I try not to think too much about it. So I'm just trying to think of any moments, and right now I can't think of any. It's a great question, and I'm like, gosh, could I have a better answer? No, got nothing right now.
But how about you think back on the times that you, maybe in hindsight, have seen yourself as being courageous? Like they probably didn't feel particularly courageous in the moment. Was it because it was aligned to what you were trying to do?
I think that too when I first joined B9, and I had to stand up and do 60 seconds in front of this group of complete strangers, and it terrified me at the time, and I don't know what I battled out in that 60 seconds, and I felt so much better that it was over, and then I stand up, I was so much more relaxed. So I think those little steps are so important to your own personal growth, but also the growth of your business. And then also your mindset, because of each time you step outside your comfort zone, each time you've been courageous, you feel it gives you more confidence. You feel better about yourself, and you feel like, oh, I didn't think I could do that, but I can.
Yeah.
See, what else can I do that I didn't think I could do? What else? What should I tackle next? And well, I did. That was really hard, but I did it. That sounds really hard. I'm sure I can find a way to do that too. So it really helps you along that path of just giving that courage to say, okay, yes. And there's so many things I've said this too that I, thought, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that?
Like jumping out of an airplane.
Selfless. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I know that between now and when I have to do that, I would have figured out a way. And I
think the pathway of one step.
Absolutely.
One after the other, isn't it?
And like you said earlier too, of when you do step out, make it in a safe space. I already knew a few people in that group, and I felt I wasn't going to a room of strangers, so I already had a little bit of comfort because I had some people I knew that would help me get in there and would sit with me, and then just give me that little bit of courage boosting. That makes a big difference. So safe. I like your safe zone of stepping outside your comfort zone in a safe way.
Do you know what? You just took me with your story back to being 17.
Oh wow!
I was.
We've got an example.
I was just transported. It wouldn't have done about an example, but I was transported into when I was in sixth form. Our group had to give a speech, open up speech to all of the parents coming in whose kids are looking to come into the sixth form. And of course, everybody wants to do that speech, don't they? And somehow I got it. I got the gig.
You.
Lucky Lindsay. And I put it down to maybe they thought because I like talking. I don't know why people think you like talking. Public speaking. It's not the same.
No, not the same.
No, not the same, people. And because I am a pleaser, they're very much a downfall at times. Don't like to say no. So said yes, of course I could do this, and did this talk. You just put me there. And you could say it was courage, probably peer pressure. But I never used it again after that. And that's why if we go back, and I'm thinking about your BNI, you see, because you use it every week. And I think that's really good, because then you get into it. Yeah, get into it, because courage is a habit, right? So you've got to do it regularly to kind of to break through that fear. So thanks for that moment of being put back to 17.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Knowing your business journey, you've sort of been in business over the last couple of years. Shitty time to be in business, let alone the fact that you're running a household with, you know, 3 kids, all the stuff. How school finishes at 2:30 every day is still freaking me out. But like, I think there's something in there that I'm picking up and would love to hear from probably both of you about is the last couple of years have been a testing time, let alone, you know, when you throw all those other things in. We're just talking about, you know, like you just keep doing it, and there's a little bit, What's got you through? Have you seen it as courage, or is it just living? Like, what's
I don't think I identified it as courage, but I suppose on reflection, yes, it would be. I think for me it was opportunity, right, to make change and try and have, you know, the balance word. That's absolutely yes. But I think that was the reason behind it. I kind of went, okay, well, we've got 3 children. My youngest is now 6, so, you know, kind of 4. How am I going to spend a bit more time with her before she started school? I didn't get the opportunity really to do that with my older 2, because I was working those really long hours in other people's businesses and stuff. So how can I set something up that I'm really passionate about, that I really want to make some positive change in the workplace and in the community, and basically just around household dinner tables. Like we're talking about courage now, but you know, we should be talking about this with our kids, and how did they use courage today, and not just asking our kids how they use courage, like actually sharing with them how we use courage. Like, what did we do? Like, what did we do? Each morning we should look in the mirror and go, okay, how am I going to use courage today? What am I going to do? We should have one thing each day. Of course, I'm a preacher, right? I don't practice and drink my own champagne all the time, but I try. And I think if we just try and do one thing each day, and we try and do that with our kids. Sorry, getting back to your question.
Such a good idea.
With the trying to get that kind of balance of having my own thing, something that I'm really passionate about, something that's my own values and ethics and morals, and something that I can really get stuck into, but equally something, you know, if I wanted to take a step back to try and give myself permission to go, you know what, if you're not wanting to do this for 10 hours today, that's okay, because you can go and take Ala out of daycare and go walk up the mountain and spend that time together. And I did that, you know, several times, probably not as much as I should have done, but I did it. And so I've got those memories now, and we've got that special time that we had before she started school, and before they started scootering together, her and Ava. Like, you know, I could walk them in the morning, and then you know, and then leave the house at 2 o'clock, and go and pick them up, and school finishing at 2:30, and but stuff that I couldn't do when I was working for somebody else per se. And I know people have that more balance, especially because of COVID. It's been proven that you can kind of work all these different types of hours and still get your job done. But that was the opportunity for me, kind of with the setting up of my own thing to try and balance that.
So so you didn't necessarily see it as courage because you were so motivated by what could be possible, and so sometimes courage is hiding in motivation, perhaps.
Yes. And as you're talking, you also just reminded me, I actually got told by a few people, just do it. Like literally,
Yes, just do it.
I had been kind of, you know,
Such good
going
advice.
over it and planning things out, and I've done like my own little mini strategy sessions and kind of, you know, getting all the post-it notes and putting them on the walls and working out, you know, what do I really want and how am I going to do this and all that kind of stuff, and then kind of going, oh no, just go and seek and apply for some jobs, you know. And I actually spoke to a recruiter down in Toronto actually, and I have to give her a shout out. It was Bernadette, and she was the last person who said to me, Lindsey, just do it, just do your own thing, you can do it. And that was my husband has mentioned it, but what does he know, you know? So of course I'm not going to listen to that. And then, you know, family members or even some close friends, but because people know you so well, you kind of needed someone who was a little bit more removed, and because
that external
someone
who doesn't have a bias to be like, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear, so therefore go do it.
I love you, so it's kind of like, you know, I believe in you no matter what, and you're capable of doing that. You know, it was that
And saying that I see it in you, go and do it. Go and do it.
It's funny that, isn't it? That sometimes we need someone else. Someone else.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Gives you so much.
totally.
Yeah.
And then just being there for each other in our little cohorts, like, you know, whether it's us talking now or if we have our one-to-one catch-ups, or you know, like me and my business partner Kate, you know, like even this morning, like obviously because she knew I was a little bit nervous coming on, she's like, she felt so much, she's like, you've got this. And I'm like, and she's gone to a meeting this morning doing something else, I'm like, you've got this. Like, we've got this. We got this. Like, well, it's only us that's going to be able to do it. So but encouragement from peers and each other, I think it's just really important, and women supporting women, you know, and being non-judgmental with each other, it's just key.
That comes up all the time, doesn't it, Rachelle? Like, I think every time we've had one of these conversations, that who you surround yourself with, just
messages are they giving you? So deliberately surround yourself with positively minded people who care about you. And you know, who are there to say, okay, that didn't work out as you hoped to, but hey, you did this and this, and you learned this, so go forth and do it again. This time you'll do it better. So that's huge. That's huge.
Because courage doesn't necessarily result in instant success.
Absolutely.
It's the times you fail
on the path.
and fail, you've learned from it. You know.
This morning as well. If you're not failing, you're not learning. So this is something that came up. If you're not failing, then you're actually not learning. And that's so right. You've got to have those moments of that didn't work out. How can I change it next time?
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
It's okay.
It's great, in fact.
Well, yes, it's yes. It might not feel great, but it is okay. And I think that's what people worry about, isn't it? That, oh my goodness, no. Like for me, I was thinking, we all know once things leave and go out there into the cloud, you know, you can't get it back. That's it. And it's that unknown of, oh my goodness, if I say this, I say that, and I can't get it back. But like you say, if it's a fail or even an epic fail, well, you learn from it.
Apparently now it's your turn to be fading in and out.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Oh, you guys are secretly don't you just love when that happens?
We're just stuck 38-week pregnant brain.
You're doing amazing for just showing up. You should be allowed to just be, you know, couch potato right now.
And that's after this.
Welcome on with any excuse.
So is there any other key, we're probably pretty good for time. Is there any other little key moments that we want to bring out right now to talk about, you know, outside our comfort zone? What role mindset has to play in that coach, and that's stepping outside your comfort zone, and what ensues from there. So what other little tools do we need to dig for or reach for to help us in that stepping outside our comfort zone and then finding courage? What else can we do to find courage?
I think first of all, it's a choice. You know, we make we make a choice, we make a decision, and then we have to then have action from it.
Yeah.
So I think that's really key. It's like, we choose to find the positive things in a situation, or we choose to be happy. It's all choice.
Yeah.
And I think this is, going outside your comfort zone is an choice that we're making, a decision we're making, and then the next part is, once you've noted down whatever that is then taking the action. So for everyone for the hundreds out there who can do this, like literally do something today. Like once this is finished, maybe get your calendar out and look at the next week or 2 weeks or whatever it might be, and put something down, one little thing each day, and take action on it. It could be that just those little small steps, whatever they might be. And give yourself a pat on the back, and give yourself some like appreciation and some gratitude for yourself, because you've done it, and you did it. You made the decision, and you made the choice, and you did it on your own. It was no one else kind of prodding you all the way. So do something for yourself. So we talk about self-care all the time, don't we? But this is like a kind of a form of that, really, because it's that growth side.
Well, it's the thing that is going to make you a better person. Like growth creates betterment. So, and that's the ultimate self-care, isn't it? If you're becoming a better person, that's why you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're not just doing it to luxuriate in the that means you show up as a better person after
well, absolutely. Definitely don't know that one. Put your candles on, let everyone treat yourself to a nice glass of red. Put a bit of music on, make sure the children know there's no entry, no conversation. Well, bang 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 for the next half an hour to you open the door. But you're letting everyone know, like, this is no zones, no bang on the door. This is just half an hour self-care for oneself. But with simple stuff for self-care. Whether it's, for me, it's my happy place would be going for a walk around or up the mountain, something like that, something on the beach. Like that's all connecting with friends or family. Like that's probably my main kind of happy places. What about your happy places? Where are your happy places?
That kind of directly correlates with being in nature, but mine's the same. It's friends, family, and choosing to be present, because I think it's really easy, particularly when we're parenting, to be on autopilot, because there's so much transactional nature. Because I'm still in the room. There's so much transactional, like shoes washing, negotiation about sock choice. The whole podcast about the mindset of wife. You negotiate with a 4-year-old and 2-year-old.
10 years, just preparing you.
But because it's so transactional, and what you were saying before about it's a choice. So I have to choose to be present rather than like, what are we having for dinner? Have I get, what do we need to get from you've got to hit that. And then by being present, it's easy to find a happy place. For me anyway.
Yes. It's in that moment. Right in that moment. Because in every single moment, there is happiness.
You do.
You're walking in nature, you're sitting in the sun, no matter what you're doing, you're working at the dishes, you can be present in that moment and find happiness in that moment, no matter what you're doing. Just from being grateful for that moment. Just from thinking, might be doing the dishes. To do dishes for.
I've got soap. I've got
I love that natural reframing. I'm grateful for you choosing
to do this.
Choosing that you want me to do this for you, for your dishes and the whinging, and it's a gift. Remind yourselves it's a gift, right? But you do though, you have to. Exactly. This is the life I wanted.
Chose the action, so you choose your response. And then it comes back to what you were saying. You're choosing. It's a choice.
It's choice.
Nice. It feels like a nice spot to hit pause, but I think that there's a few like little, let's draw it out and remind people before we finish up. Start safe with baby steps. See if you can focus on the thing that's pulling you, the inspiration, the motivation, why you're even wanting to be courageous. It's going to feel a bit icky. That's okay. And trying to find those support networks to make that easier to be courageous. And I felt like there was something that we didn't explicitly call out, but there's a little bit of like share it with the world, external accountability, so you can't be courageous. Do it. Don't be really quiet and just go and hide in the bathroom.
So when you put them in the diary with these little things that you might do one each day, perhaps you might share that with someone at work or you know, your partner or something like that. So there's just maybe a little bit of accountability there with it.
This is what I'm going to do tomorrow.
But it truly is for yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the thing that's what you say to yourself in the mirror that morning.
Yeah. And with time. I know it's going to feel a bit shitty at times. Do you reckon I missed anything with that? Was wisdom?
I really like that. And think, how far have I come in that couple of months? That I would never have done that far. I hadn't put all those little things in and followed it through. And I can just but I love that. Put something in every single day. Stepping outside.
And maybe at the end of that month that you have a little something that you reward yourself with, because we all love a little reward, don't we?
I like it.
No, shoes, whatever. Whatever you whatever that treat may be. But maybe give yourself a reward.
Right. Very cool. Throw it at her. She's like, please don't. She's like, I'm at my courage threshold.
Yeah. We made it through 40 minutes. I'm like, woo!